So, EcoGuardians, Ecology EdTech built for children. Here is our team. Me, Patricia McCarthy, I'm the co-founder. Original founder, Tammy, she's brilliant. She had to leave last minute due to some personal things going on, but she's fantastic. Sabah, who is our AI data engineer and cybersecurity specialist, and Siham, our computer engineer, UX UI designer, and AI data engineer. Okay, so the challenge. Children are struggling to understand biodiversity, food webs, and environmental impact due to traditional indoor classroom methods. Biology and ecology are often taught indoors um, through textbooks, static images, workshops, and worksheets. And basically, this makes concepts like food chains and biodiversity feel abstract. And many students are overwhelmed by complex topics like ecosystems because the learning experience lacks interactivity and gamification. It's the way the content is delivered. The information becomes something to memorize instead of something to explore and experience. This is an issue as children's grades in biology suffer, and this disconnection means they've no knowledge or interest in nature and environmental causes. So, what are the root causes of this issue? So, these three root causes, poor environmental education, screen time, and disinterest in urban life, are the key factors behind this. Poor environmental education affects millions of primary school students and contributes to poor environmental literacy. In a study out of the UK, 82% of children couldn't identify an oak leaf. This is due to plant blindness. Plant blindness is the inability to identify various plant species. It relates to a lack of awareness and appreciation for plants. Screen time, so children spend long periods of time on screens. Outdoor activities feel boring in contrast to screens. A survey of 1,000 children found that children spent a combined total of over 5.5 hours a day watching TV, on phones, or gaming. And lastly, disinterest and urban life. Around 1 in 5, so 19%, of kids aged 5 to 10 years old have little or no interest in the natural world. This is due to children spending less time indoors, feeling less emotionally connected to nature due to modern lifestyles and screen time. This has a big, terrible impact on children's own well-being. It's very important to be outside for mental health, climate engagement, and biodiversity. They're environmentally illiterate due to these issues. Okay, so how does the app work? So the child opens app and selects Quest. Well, actually, I'll start playing this so you can have a little look. Um, just, yeah. So child opens app and selects Quest, and then they learn about an ecology topic, such as a food chain. They're given a Quest task, and in this situation, they have to find a frog. And then they find the native Irish frog and they scan it. The frog is identified. Then they learn about the frog life cycle. So the eggs, the tadpoles, the froglet, and the adult frog, and little fun facts about how to spot them and little info about it. And then a little quiz then at the end. So which animal is this? And it's a tadpole. Then great work, you've completed Pond Pals. So that's that finished. The core feature of EcoGuardians is the computer vision model. So this computer vision model, it's a custom image recognition model on local species. So it identifies oak trees, hawthorn, foxes, frogs, and blue-tip birds. It runs on device, which means it works in forests with no signal. The model identifies these animals and plants when the child scans using the app. It works by uploading photos and with the camera. And basically our target audience app use cases. So there's three audiences, one product. Children are the users, but teachers and parents are the decision makers. Teachers adopt it because it maps directly to the SESE curriculum they're already required to deliver. And SESE is basically scientific, social, and environmental education, and it's taught in primary schools in Ireland. And the app would be used in parks, school gardens, and forest walks. And it would be used to improve children's science learning, particularly in ecology geography, sustainability, and outdoor learning. And parents would adopt this app because it turns passive screen time into outdoor learning, and the child would be able to learn science, biology, and ecology through a fun game, basically. So it'd be fun and entertaining, and they'd be allowed to go outdoors and learn. User persona. So our user persona is Jack. He loves the outdoors. Jack has autism and uses nature to self-regulate. Children like Jack struggle to connect with nature and understand ecosystems using traditional classroom learning alone. So basically, this app, EcoGuardians, is calming. There's structured quests, which is very important for children with autism. We're planning to implement visual rewards, and the outdoor setting allows him to ground himself if he's feeling overwhelmed and see nature in real life and just go outside for like mental health. Safety compliance policy. So basically, in edtech, trust is everything, especially when users are children. This is in alignment with the EU GDPR. So there would need to be parental consent for children's data. So the app only allows the parent to make an app. If the child is using it, it won't save their details. It would just be only saved on the adult's parent account. So yeah, so parents control the account. There's no child data stored. Competitor analysis and our differentiation. So existing apps are factual, so plant ID apps. They're boring. There's no games in alignment with SESE. And our gap is that it's a story. It uses ecology in the real world, and it's in alignment with SESE. Our go-to market is schools, parents, and conservation partners. And the impact in future, children understand ecosystems. Okay, I think my time is up.
Well,
I'm
thank you
happy
so
to jump
much.
in.
Yeah,
Go ahead.
no, we'll turn it over to the judges.
Okay, great. I I have to say I learned a lot from your presentation. I think it's a very interesting problem that you're thinking about, and not one that many people think about, at least in my experience in ed tech. So I think the silver lining is that it's very unique, and the concern is that is it a big enough pain point to build a product and a company off of? Are there, is this a problem people are dying to solve? So I'm interested in how you think about the problem, how expansive it is, and how deeply people feel the pain of what they're missing without your app.
So I think ecology, biodiversity, and sustainable learning is really important for children. And as well, this app also includes geography and an incentive to go outdoors and explore. There's a major issue at the moment between plant blindness. So children in the UK and Ireland are not able to identify plants or animals. They're disconnected from nature. They're addicted to their phones and TV. A lot of people are struggling with their mental health because of this, and their grades are also suffering in biology and geography because they don't have the interest in it because classroom learning indoors and the way they're being taught is very abstract through worksheets, diagrams on a board or on a sheet of paper. They're not able to connect if they're not able to engage in real life, and they're losing out on engaging and being connected with nature. And with the climate issues at the moment, it's very important for future generations to be able to know more about ecology, the world we live in, the animals and plants, how they all interact, how they all impact each other, because we all live in an ecosystem, like plants and humans. We all rely on each other. We're all interdependent. So it's one of the most important things to learn. And I think it's one of the reasons why the world it's facing a lot of environmental problems because people don't care. And if people don't care, children aren't going to care. It's really important for them to care in order for them to know in the future what they have to do to protect the environment. Because if no one cares about the environment, the Earth is just going to be destroyed, basically.
Thank you.
Patricia, maybe if I can get a quick one in, how would this app get used for an urban school or a kid who doesn't live near nature themselves?
So I was also thinking about this, and what I think is if children live in an urban space, they could go to their local park, um, or they could be allowed, say, they could go on road trips and use this app. But I was thinking with the augmented reality, if this, when in the future it gets more developed, we originally had augmented reality in our app, but one of my teammates working on it. Oh, oops. Basically, one of my teammates, we had to just leave it out because our teammate working on it left. But our plan would be that that even if they were outdoor in their own backyard, and they'd be able to scan the plant or in the park. And if there wasn't an animal available, it would just pop up as an AR augmented reality character and explain itself.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
No problem.
All right, fantastic. Thank you so much, EcoGuardians. We are on to our next